Candy's going to get used as well, something we see all too often, and that does lead Team KRAKEN actually down to the Elder Tree, and we'll see our first small engagement, but that'll be Impunity this time around, taking that Elder Tree, and Mr. Dog in a lot of trouble actually. He had to actually pop the flask at that moment in time to make sure he stays alive. You can see Babala trampolining away. In fact, he's even more trouble here. Impunity might just be able to pick up first blood if Team KRAKEN aren't careful. There's Court of War, they're trying to get the kill over, they do. DefQ scores first blood.
Mua took a long time to catch up to that heavily pushed wave. He is going to rotate down now. Maybe DefQ gets caught out here.
Maybe he does, yeah. Mua is actually popping the flask preemptively. DefQ's in a lot of trouble over the wall from the Into the Fray. There's the mortal wounds to stop that healing from that flask. Wrong place, wrong time. DefQ doesn't quite take him out. Mua finally managed to pick that one up. In fact, Babala picking the first one up for Team KRAKEN. Also, Impunity looks so dominant in day number 1, as did KRAKEN, who came up against G2. But now we're in a best of 5 situation. It's no longer best of 2s. However, Goldmine is going to get started up. Impunity is going to rotate downwards. In fact, they know Queasy's in the lane. If they burst down this quick enough, DefQ might not have an Edgewards in. Does use that Rose offensive bit, and he steals it as well. Big gold boon for them. 400 apiece. He paid for it with his life. But Impunity find the gold miner.
He was calculating that out. The problem now for Impunity is they've just used the fountain kind of unnecessarily. I think the Black Feather was dead regardless, and they don't have a fountain to defend this turret, and it looks like that's what Team KRAKEN wants. They're going in hard for this first turret.
Oh, they have to at this point. DefQ has spawned, using that red mist to try and clear that turret. Big silence, big gauntlet, but the Crucible's going to be there to get the block. Oh, Babala blocked the initial stun, but now is in a lot of trouble. Queasy is going to be able to follow him up. The Sigil's there. He has to double back. Queasy finds the kill, and they're going to be able to jump onto Mua as well if they're not careful. DefQ going underneath the turret. Forces Mr. Dog actually to use the flask there as well. Turret's going to go down rather rapidly. Also, Impunity with a smart rotation is going to be able to secure it also. Mua is going to be in the front line, takes the brunt of the damage. There's the red beast to try and get up a healing, but he has to use the Into the Fray to get out of the fight. DefQ's in a lot of trouble. Sigil only just saving Mua, but they managed to trade 1 for 1. Unless he wants to go for Slumbering Husk, obviously for the HP as well. But exactly. Passageway into the Bright Bulwark. Mr. Dog does go for the entry. Look at the damage onto Queasy. He's still alive for the time being, but the Red Mist does find him. And in fact, Spontaneous Combustion finishes him off. DefQ now trying to fight 1v3, but a double kill for Babala will find himself winning the team fight, and that'll be Team KRAKEN now rotating towards the gold miner.
It's considered a movement skill. None of them can be used while Bright Bulwark is active. So if you portal onto the Vox and Bright Bulwark, Arden can't protect him at all.
Look at Team KRAKEN here going for the flank. That's a big corner, locks them all in place, but will it matter? Into the phrase used, but Red Mist is not going to really find anybody. Queasy is still dodging around the fight. The first initial frag lands onto Babala. Queasy still diving and dodging, and finds the kill onto Mua. They find the follow-up ace as well. The crowd explodes, and Impunity are going to shove this lane in.
Again, the great gauntlet from Quarterfinals. He also held on to all of his skills. Great kiting out by Queasy to get out of the Bright Ape and then reposition, find that position on Rona once she's used her gap closes. Rona's going to face check.
You have to be fairly careful with that one. Mortal Wound just chunking in. There's the passageway into the Bright Bulwark. The Roan delivery assisting, knocking on the doors. Impunity in a lot of trouble, but Queasy popping the boost. Kites back, and they pick up the kill. They ignore DefQ completely. Passageway followed through yet again. DefQ still sticking onto Mr. Dog. Queasy's going to be here as well. A double kill for DefQ, and KRAKEN not yet available, so it will be a gold mine for
everybody onto a target. Everybody of the same mind.
Queasy goes for the flank here. Look at the aggression. The gauntlet stuns 2. Passageway out, but Mr. Dog is sent so low. Fountain to heal them all up, and into the fray, dead on top of Queasy, but they've got their eyes on Mr. Dog. Babala is going to trampoline away yet again. Impunity are in the base of Team KRAKEN. They're going to have to be fairly careful. DefQ and QC should be able to get out of this one alive. Darting backwards, Sonic Zoom, but look at the damage down to Mua. Out of the fray used to get out of danger. Spontaneous Combustion forces the Fountain out of Impunity.
They'll be able to back off here. That was a risky situation. Team KRAKEN aren't quite done yet, though. Babala wants to continue this pressure.
Yeah, they are following up, and the KRAKEN is available here. Impunity not quite ready to start that one up. DefQ was fairly low, but just used it for the movement. And now Team KRAKEN actually, Babala might be committing to this one here. Dog is actually trying to stop the recalls. You see marching forward, but Queasy not being able to do all too much right now. They have to wait for DefQ in this situation, actually. Babala lets the KRAKEN reset.
But KRAKEN, again, just need that one pin-perfect engage to take out that Vox and win this fight.
There's the passageway into the bulwark yet again. Rona delivery system straight on top of Queasy. The gauntlet separates them. This is perfect. Mr. Dog sent extremely low. Has to back out of the fight initially. But Queasy just stacking up that breaking point. Already on 10 stacks, sorry. Quarterfinals going fairly low as well. But they're just going to clean up. Clean house. And the house explodes as well. Mua is going to fall and Impunity find the ace as their crowd erupts once again.
Impunity every single time. Arden has been 100% win rate this series. If this is going to be an Impunity win, it's looking like it's stacking up that way. Obviously, there's still the chance for a Team KRAKEN turnaround, but Arden has been a massive impact across all of these games.
Well, same situation. Impunity were in last game with the KRAKEN only standing between two turrets and that crystal. Now Team KRAKEN are going to have to back off. They are a little bit chunked out from the Vox. But they're just going to have to protect this KRAKEN now as it does march on.
And DeathQ yesterday showed us how good he is at this CP Blackfeather. He was amazing yesterday on that particular pick.
Passageway of the Bright Bulwark, trampoline forward from Babala. He's in a good situation right now. Wait for it will come out. It does end up getting blocked, I believe. But look at Babala's health bar falling. DeathQ is left completely alone on the back line, forces the petal away. KRAKEN takes one turret. There's the gauntlet separating Mr. Dog. And Mua is just sent so low. No healing from the Serpent's Mask. Sentences him back to base. And that'll be DeathQ jumping on the petal. Babala retreats. Spontaneous combustion for the heal. But this could very well be a 2-1 victory for Impunity here. If they can find this game, they'll be sent to match point as well. They're going to go onto the crystal. Can Mr. Dog and Babala do anything? I don't think so. As Impunity a match point to 1 win away from proceeding to tomorrow.
And the crowd cheers as Impunity put themselves on the cusp of a semi-final. The home team. So I love that flexibility that the Batiste offers the draft here for Impunity. And again, it's another one of these examples of Impunity having the ability to experiment and be flexible with the way they play.
They're going to go straight for that Elder Treant yet again. Oh,
close there. Double Elder Treant though for KRAKEN.
Straight on top of the Celeste. Did get away using that sigil put out from Quarterfinals. Lyra is going to be such a pain, especially when it gets the next couple of levels as well. Thing is, Mr. Dog is slightly ahead in XP in that regard as well. Got to keep that in mind.
He has been sharing the jungle experience from those heavy, aggressive jungle rotations.
Into the play, straight on top of QC once more. That damage is ridiculous. Nice core collapse onto 2. Solar Storm as well. It's going to hit Mua, but the Winter Spires are going to trade back a lot of damage as well. Ordain is there once again. Mua's a little bit caught out. Has got into the fray to get out of there if he chooses to use it. Just waits out the duration. They're going to reset.
Fountain down right now for Team KRAKEN. Impunity have that regeneration of the Lyra. They're going to look for a siege onto this turret. They have a good opportunity to do so. The supernovas start ticking.
Oh, Mu is so low. Fearsome Shade doesn't quite catch him either. Mr. Dog is sent running. But look at how healthy that turret is right now. That's a 6 HP. They're just going to be able to just a couple of Heliogens should finish it off, and that'll be the first turret going down to Impunity. A lot of that CC as well, and even DeathQ has picked up his own reflex block. Oh, right, Bulwark used fairly early there. This could be pretty big. Valkyrie doesn't quite land. Nice Fearsome Shape for the disengage yet again. DeathQ has been on point. There's the gauntlet. Gets blocked! Impunity are now going to be able to march forward. Solar Storm hitting 3 members. They're going to be able to push forwards here. Dragon's Eye still stacking up. Can't quite find anything else though. They are in a corridor. Those Winter Spires are going to start to hurt. Into the fray used. Nice snare. And in fact, the Ordain isn't going to get the stun onto Mua just yet. I mean, Mr. Dog still charging forwards, but Heliogenesis are raining down the sustains there from the Lyra. Nice stun, uses the Ordain as well. First blood to Impunity. Fearsome Shade sends Mua packing as well. KRAKEN, they lose another member. A double kill for Creasy, and that'll be Quarterfinals cornering Mua as well. This could be an extremely early ace. Ordain is there. Triple kill for Creasy, and Impunity start the game off strong.
And Impunity know exactly how to play around the compositions that KRAKEN are throwing them, pacing backwards, disengaging when Rona drives in, and then when Rona's caught with no movement left, they're able to pace back and use those supernovas and the CC that they have to get lots and lots of Ordains off. He's mainly looking to sort of protect and disengage for KRAKEN. He's not looking to go for the damage from the Shattered Glass because it's against the heavy bruiser team. There's the block.
Fearsome Shade's going to get blocked. There comes the gauntlet as well. The cage is being laid down. KRAKEN in a 1v3. Can't quite find the core glass, but he's still alive. He trades 1-for-1 in the end. Scoundrel, how did he do that? Deathq's moving forwards. Mua is going to have to retreat here. Babala, even him. Oh, Elder Tree. Oh, the tree end. That was so close, but it doesn't matter. Those bad mojos are already starting to stack up. Using the boots to get a little bit of distance. Nice route. Babala is invincible at this moment in time, but another Fearsome Shade rattles through Team KRAKEN into the fray, used to jump on top of Deathq. Mua finds his first kill of the game, and they're just going to chase Quarterfinals around. A little bit too late for the ace. Should be able to get out with a passageway, but they're just going to keep following this one up.
Yeah, not going to get the ace here. Quarterfinals should be able to get away as much as Mua wants to stress down.
Had to back off as the rest of his team were trapped up in the lane.
This is like a half CP, half utility. It's like two captains, but the second captain deals a bit of damage at the same time.
Another Ordain lands on Bubbler. Is going to let it time out. Valkyrie still available. Is going to get... Did end up going a little bit wide as well, and this could be Impunity with the advantage here. They are moving forwards. Winter Spires are landing. Another Ordain onto Bubbler. Core Collapse doesn't end up landing. Mua jumps straight in. The Red Mist is going to turn 3 people alive, but the Fearsome Shade was good. Another one lands as well. That sends Dog packing, and QC once more left all alone by the 5, but the Core Collapse onto 2 people ends up killing Mr. Dog off, and now it's Mua, the last carry alive for Team KRAKEN, to clear up this fight, or at least try to. Bubbler is going crazy low, but KRAKEN is just surviving the entirety. The sustain coming out from the Celeste is way too much for them to deal with. Bubbler is going to go down. A double kill and an ace for KRAKEN, and they're going to break open the base of Team KRAKEN.
There's nothing that Team KRAKEN can do here.
The crowd just explodes as soon as Impunity won that fight. Team KRAKEN now going for another engagement. It seems they just want to fight. There's the gauntlet. The Crucible's going to block it. Red Mist onto 3 people. Another gauntlet comes down as well. Quarterfinals going to get trapped off. Fearsome Shade onto 3 people. Miss F Dog is going solo. Nice Solar Storm as well. Here's 3. And KRAKEN just destroying Pablo in the back line. The shield from Vanguard is going to keep him alive for the time being. Heliogenesis for the double kill. And Deathq should just be able to clean up Mua here as well. Ordain's going to trap him in place. And Quarterfinals is just, they're just playing with their food at this current moment in time. Another ace could come through as well, unless he can get out.
Oh, there's the portal.
Portal, Ordains, Mua, wrong place, wrong time, sustain from the Serpent's Mask, but it's not gonna matter. An ace for Impunity.
Ace after ace.
And we are this close as well to seeing Playoff Beard have his beard shaved on stage as well. KRAKEN is being taken though, Scoundrel. Look at where Babalab is positioning right here, and you can see Mua is nowhere near either. This is going to be a miracle steal. Nice block on the Fearsome Shade.
There we go.
But Impunity secure it. Ordain is going to come down, and this is where they need to fight by time for the KRAKEN. Team KRAKEN though trying to at least chip it down for the time being. Impunity very hesitant right now to actually go for the full-on engage.
Oh, look at the heal from Lyra now as well. Fully stacked. Everybody back to full health. They're going
Passageway
aggressive.
Into the Bright Bulwark as well. The Rhine gets snared up. They lay the cage down to stop them going for the engagement. QC walks into it, gets stunned up. Ordained onto the Dog. Core Collapse actually lands as well onto Babbler. This team fight, the longer it extends, the more strong KRAKEN gets as well. Core Collapse, Solar Storm onto 3 members. Another Heliogenesis secures the kill. Impunity setting their sights on the semi-finals. Fine to the Dog, the only member left alive. And remember, the KRAKEN is destroying Team KRAKEN's base. He's going to fall in the end to a bad mojo. The crowd erupts. The ace comes through.
In a paradoxical turn of events, the KRAKEN takes down Team KRAKEN. The mad scientists, Quarterfinals and Impunity. Unbelievable performance. They have looked incredible.
Team KRAKEN falls and Impunity make it to the semi-finals.
What a performance from them. What a performance from them. Unbelievable. Relish this moment. Singapore finds themselves in that semi-final, and they looked so good. From draft, from theory crafting, from execution, everything looked top tier.
The crowd fully behind them every step of the way.